can you stand it? How can you stand being in the House right now? And Bernie and Peter have told me that, you know, when they were in the House, it was bad, but it's next level right now. And this session has been one for the record books, and not in a good way at all. There is a deep cynicism that has gripped the Republican Party, and it has caused complete and utter dysfunction in the House of Representatives. And as both Bernie and Peter said, it is a danger to the democracy itself. That's what we're up against. If you saw clips from the Oversight Committee on the news last night, MAGA is completely running the show. They're running the show. They have created a monster, they've created a beast, and they can't control it. And that was on full display last night in the House of Representatives. Now, I sit on the Judiciary Committee, I sit on the Budget Committee, and although we have quite a bit of dysfunction there, I always try to figure out how to do the work that I need to do to alleviate suffering for Vermonters. That's been my mission and my call throughout my entire life, whether it is in politics or as a teacher. So who are those people that I can partner with, whether they're Democrats or Republicans, to help us solve the mental health crisis that we have in every single congressional district across this country? How can I find those partners to help us solve the housing crisis that we know is completely intertwined with the mental health crisis? So people say to me, how can you even talk to some of your colleagues? And I always say, I have to. I have to. Because that's what you are counting on me to do. I don't have a choice whether to engage or not, or to throw up my hands or walk away. I was sent there to do work on behalf of all of you. So I won't lie. There are certain people I'd rather not serve with right now in the House of Representatives. And there are certain people whose cynicism tears at my soul and spirit. But I can't focus on those people. I have to focus on the folks who are going to help me do work on behalf of all of you. Now, I serve alongside people who still will not admit that Joe Biden won the 2020 election. Every day in judiciary, I have to hear them spreading lies and misinformation. I serve with people who call the insurrectionists not just heroes, but now they started calling them hostages because they are in jail for what they did. Every single day, this is what we have to do. But those are not the hardest people for me to deal with. It's the apologists. It's the enablers. It's the people who know better, the people who know exactly what they're doing. And they go along to get along. Who are allowing a cynicism and a meanness of spirit, not just to hold the House of Representatives hostage, but to drive the democracy to ruin. So there's a lot for me to feel bad about. But every single day, as the child of an immigrant and working class mom, every single day when I walk up the steps of the Capitol, I gotta give myself a little pep talk. Now, I'm gonna clean it up for you. But the security guards always hear it. And get a little tune I sing, and it goes along the lines of this. You can't let the bastards get you down. You can't let the bastards get you down. That's a cleaned up version, okay? And that is what I have to say to myself over and over and over again in order to do my job. Yes, thank you. So How is it that I can keep laughing? How is it that I can keep smiling? How is it that I can keep wearing these shoes to do my work in Congress? It's because of all of you. When I come back to Vermont every weekend, I run into people, whether I'm in Brattleboro or Rutland or Bennington, and really to a person they say the same thing. Thank you. Thank you for being willing to serve. Thank you for running towards the fire. And that means the world to me, that you see me and you appreciate what I'm doing, and you lift me up. You lift me up. And so despite all the chaos and the dysfunction and the meanness of spirit and the cruelty that I have witnessed, I am still hopeful. I am still fired up, and I refuse to give in to cynicism. Now, cynicism is a funny thing. It is. It's a funny thing. Because we have all bought into the lie that somehow this is useful. It's not. Studies show that it actually has a corrosive effect on your body and your mind. So on the individual level, it's literally killing us to be cynical. But collectively, it is causing us to do the thing that both Peter and Bernie talked about, which is checking out. Because we just can't, we don't think it's possible to make change. And I get it. I really get it. But the other thing about cynicism is that it makes you believe that if everyone's on the take, if everyone's got a hustle, if everybody's got a scam, whether it's Marjorie Taylor Greene or Matt Gaetz or Lauren Boebert, or whether it is our current nominee on the Republican side for president, if everyone is on the take, then what's the point? What's the point of even trying? What's the point of even investing any energy or time into making a difference? So cynicism is in fact the voice of the status quo. Cynicism is preventing us from making the improvements that we need to make this a more just world. Do not give in to individual cynicism or collective cynicism. It does not serve us. The other thing is that people tell me, well, cynicism is safer. It's safer because people hurt you. So better to hurt them first before they hurt you. It's like going to a poker game and folding your cards before you even have played a hand. It may be safer in the short term. It's incredibly dangerous in the long term. So I'm going to ask all of us to make a commitment to not give in to that kind of thinking, to not give in to the collective cynicism that the MAGA Republicans are driving and are counting on you to give into. That's the game, guys. That's the game. And we have to be ready for it. So what is it that each of us are going to do to commit to changing the dynamic this election season? So a reporter asked me the other day, caught me in a moment of weakness. She said, Congresswoman, are you worried at all about the election? Are you worried at all about the election? And I said, the first thing that came to mind, I'm a tiny Jewish lesbian from Vermont. I'm worried all the time. I'm racked with anxiety all the time. I live in a state of anxiety. But I don't let it drive me. And she said, I can't believe you're so honest. I said, we all feel that way. The nation feels that way. The world feels that way. Of course we're anxious. But let it drive you not to check out, but to check back in. That's what we need. All of us. it's the same work I'm doing. Our values are aligned, our mission is aligned, the work that we're doing on behalf of Vermonters is aligned. So my message to you tonight is very simple. Don't give in to hopelessness. Don't give in to cynicism. We got to fight like hell to flip the House of Representatives, to retain the Senate, and to re-elect Joe Biden for 4 years. That's the